Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain you an exercise on Bayesian game. And in this exercise, we need to find a Nash equilibrium such that the low type of both players mixes between the available actions for the following Bayesian game. And that means it wants us to find what both the low type of both players, and they will play a mixed strategy between action in and action out. Okay, and we want to see, so how is the mixed strategy that make it a Nash equilibrium, okay, a Bayesian Nash equilibrium. So, as you are already familiar with the game, we need to first find whether there is any kind of dominant action or dominated action in each type of player. Let's first look at player 1 of high type. Okay, let's look at high type player 1. We see that if high type player 1 plays in, and if the opponent is a high type player 2, then if player 1 plays in, and the opponent plays in also, it gets a payoff of 2. And if he plays out, the opponent plays in, player 1 gets a payoff of 1. So in is better. And the same, if the opponent is high type and plays out, in gives him a better payoff of 3 than the payoff of out, which is 1, right? And the same here, if the opponent is of low type and the opponent plays in, then for high type player 1, if he plays in, he gets 3. If he plays out, he gets 1. 3 is higher than 1, so in is still better. And equally, 4 is higher than 1. So we can see here, in is a dominant action over out, right? So that means basically for high type player 1, the action out is a dominated strategy, which will never be played by player 1, right? So we can just erase this action, which is dominated. And we can also write here, the Bayesian Nash equilibrium of this game. The first one we have find is that for high type player 1 of high type, the action in, playing the action in, the probability is 1, right? And you can also write that for player 1 of high type, the possibility of playing out is what? Is 0, right? Because it is dominant. And similarly, let's look at high type player 2, which is the dominant strategy or dominated strategy. Out is still dominated by in, right? 3 is higher than 0, 4, 1, 4, 1, and 5, 3. So out will never be played. It is dominated by in. And then we can write here, as both functions has the same meaning, I will just erase the second. Okay? And for player 2, playing in, if it is high type, the probability is also 1. Okay. And now we have found out that for high type players, there are dominant strategy, and dominant strategy is in. But we still do not know for low type players, both low type player 1 and player 2, how will they play this game? And now we need to find the mixed strategy. Let's first assume that low type player 2 will play in with a probability of x, play out with a probability of 1 minus x, 1 minus x. And here, this is y 1 minus 1. So, for player 2 to mix between in and out, we need to guarantee that the low type player 2 will get an equal payoff by playing in and playing out. So we can write it this way for player 2 of what? Of low type. Given his action is in, and given the action profile of his opponent, player 1 is this. The payoff is the same as playing out. Conditional that his type is L also, and the action profile of his opponent, player 1, is sigma 1. And how do we write it? For the left part, what is the payoff of playing in here? So first we know that the possibility of the opponent being high type is 1/2. And if the opponent is high type, the opponent will definitely play in, and if the low type player 2 plays in, it will give him a payoff of 0, right? So this is 1/2 times 0 plus what? This part, right? If the opponent is a low type, and which possibility is 1/2, in this case, the low type player 2, by playing in, will get a payoff of 1 if the opponent plays in with a probability of y. So this is 1 times y plus what? The probability, the payoff in the condition that the opponent plays out is 1 minus 1. And this gives him a payoff of 3 times 1 minus 1, right? So this is the left part for low type player 2 that is actually playing in, gives him this payoff. And let's continue. What if low type player 2 plays out? If she plays out, first, a half possibility you are confronting a high type player 1, and this gives you a payoff of 1, so this is 1/2 times 1. But also a half possibility to meet a low type player, and in this case, by playing out will give you 2 times y payoff plus 1 times 1 minus 1, right? And they must be equal so that player 2 will be indifferent between playing in and out. This will be the mixed strategy. So let's try to solve the equation. First, we times q on both sides of the equation, and this is 1. This is also 1. This is 0. I will just erase it, and this is 1. Okay. So left part, this is y plus 3 minus 3 times y equals to 1 plus 2y plus 1 minus y. And this is 3 minus 2y equal to 2 plus y, and that is y equals to 1/3, right? So the possibility of low type player 2 playing in is 1/3. And so playing out 2/3. And we can write here the possibility of player 2 who is of low type, for her to play in equals to 1/3.
So we just lost the possibility of y, right? Y equals to 1/3.
Ah, sorry. Right, correct. sorry, this is x, this is 1 minus x, and this is 1/3. So this is 2/3 up. And so this is for low type player 1. Low type player 1, playing min equals to 1/3, right? And now, player 1 also, low type player 1 also needs to mix between in and out, right? So this is the payoff of low type player 1 by playing in, given the action profile of her opponent is sigma 2 equals to player 1 of low type playing out, given the action profile of her opponent is sigma 2. By playing in, let's see. For player 1 playing in, there is 1/3 possibility that she is confronting a high type player 2. And if she is confronting high type player 2 will definitely play in, right? And this will give him a payoff of 0. So this is 1/3 times 0, right? Plus, still playing in, 2/3 possibility of low type and possibility of x. This low type player 2 playing in gives him 0. So this is 2/3 possibility, and this is 0 times x, right? Plus 2 plus, yes, 1 minus x. Okay, so this is the payoff of low type player 1 playing in. And this equals to playing out. And this is 1/3 times 1 plus 2/3 times x times 1 plus 1 times 1 minus x. And we times 3 on both sides. This is 0. Take them. This is 1. This is 2. Okay. This is also 2. So this is 2 times 0 times 2 times 1 minus x. So this is 4 times 1 minus x equals to 1 plus 2 times what? This is x. X plus 1 minus x. So this is 2 times 1. Right? 2 times 1. So this is on the left part, 4 minus 4x equals to 1 plus 2x. And this is 6x equals to 3. So x equals to a half. Right? This is a half. And this is also a half. And the result is here. For low type player 2, its possibility of playing in equals to a half.